Toasty Robot E3 2015 coverage. Moving right along to Ubisoft. Now, Ubisoft, I gotta say, you know, wherever you stand on their franchises and whatnot, they always have a fun show. Their conferences are usually, you know, banning, you know, when they have assholes like Jay Moore hosting or Mr. Caffeine from a few years back, which was just, god damn it, it's still an industry joke, total shit show. But they're doing pretty good by they keep dragging Aisha Tyler out there to do it, and I think she kills it. She does pretty good. She's genuinely fun and interesting to watch when they do those.
It's more fun just trying to watch her associate with the audience at all.
Right.
Oh man,
it's like professional but laid back.
Yeah.
And that's
so
what I like about it.
So coming out swinging, man. New South Park game. South Park: The Fractured But Whole. To make sure to put the emphasis in those words in the right place. That's like my favorite like double entendre thing I've ever heard. It's great. It is great.
It was very clever with that.
Yeah.
You know?
So this is the follow-up to South Park: The Stick of Truth, which had a very like Lord of the Rings-esque vibe to their storytelling and stuff that they were doing in that one. But this time they're going full superhero with Coon and Friends and stuff. Man, I'm excited. I'm so excited. And it was even better when they Trey Parker and Matt Stone came out on stage and explained, like, because they had said, we're not ever doing this again. Making the Stick of Truth was a huge pain in the ass. But it was really funny where they were like, yeah, but like kind of at the end of that, we learned how to make a fucking game. So
yeah,
here we are with another one, and I'm stoked, man. This is awesome. Stick of Truth was one of my favorite games last year. It was so good.
I think it's important we get that quote right. They said, fuck it, let's do it again.
Oh, yeah. That's right, they did.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's do it again. And, man, I don't know who's actually making this one, because it was Obsidian made the Stick of Truth. And then Ubisoft published after they got it from THQ after they went under. But now this one, I think this one might just be coming from Ubisoft internally, because I didn't see any developer logos or anything on it. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't push a lot of that, dude.
Yeah, we'll find out who's making it. And I mean, I'm sure the news is already out there somewhere in the ether. I just haven't found it yet. But
full disclosure, I didn't actually log that much time on the Stick of Truth.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
It was just cycling through games at that time.
Yeah.
Threw it in, saw the fun, the humor, the everything going on, and then you get to really come back to it.
Man,
maybe that should be one I'll be throwing in here.
You should. You definitely should.
But I will say I'm excited about this one because me personally, it's been a while since I've seen like really genuinely funny South Park shit.
Yeah, and see,
and, like,
I felt
like,
the same way.
Yeah,
definitely. But then I played Stick of Truth, and I was like, oh yeah, shit. South Park is actually really goddamn funny.
Yeah,
because I'd fallen off of the show a good while ago. Not because of like lack of interest or anything like that. It's just like convenience. Like couldn't really
get too
kind of up its own ass sometimes.
Yeah,
but see, that was the thing about the Stick of Truth. It didn't. It was just South Park comedy, like at its best. It was so funny.
Well, I didn't play the Stick of Truth, but you know, looking at the fractured but whole, I felt like
people are gonna have to say that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's the joke that we made and then put up on our Tumblr. I can't wait to go to GameStop and be like, I'd like to pre-order the fractured butthole, please. And I'm gonna make sure to do that like on the day that they launch like some kind of fucking 3DS bullshit. So there's a whole bunch of kids in the store when I say it out loud too.
Please do follow-ups. Like once a week, stop by and be like, I'm checking on my fractured butthole.
you know.
I'm sorry, man. My copy of my fractured butthole.
Oh, it's not old. It's not old yet. It's I don't think it's gonna get old either. How are they gonna do a commercial for that? You think they're gonna say just fractured butthole in a TV commercial?
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, I think they will because they'll have it spelled out. You know, it doesn't say.
Yeah, they have to make sure to put the fractured butt hole.
No, it'll be a record scratch. It'll be the fractured butt hole.
I mean, I definitely want to pick this up because after, you know, looking at a little bit of the Stick of Truth, I was like, that game's pretty cool.
It's-
I kind of
it's-
missed out on it a little bit, but I
They
think that I could just dive right into this
it
one.
was
So.
it was South Park. It looked like South Park. There've been tons of South Park games before Stick of Truth, and then this one, and none of them really worked.
Yeah.
Because they weren't the show. It was really funny, like listen to all the dev diaries and stuff when they made the first game, talking about how hard it was to make a modern video game look as shitty as South Park.
Yeah, or the fact that like most anybody that I've seen it are like the huge. I love the critics' reaction to it.
Yeah.
Like these heavy RPG guys who are like JRPG fans and Western RPG fans, sitting there going like, "This is the genuine deal. They made RPGs fun again."
Yeah.
Like,
They made an
Sweet.
actual cool turn-based combat RPG. Yeah. It was awesome, and I'm like, and the tech under the hood for that was still really. Those are 3D character models on screen in that game, but it still looks exactly like the show.
And that blows my mind.
Yeah, it was always cool to see transitions from the cinematics into the gameplay, and it was seamless. And it's fuck, I'm playing the show. It was really cool, and I'm really excited for this. Using the whole superhero angle on it is going to make, I think, for a lot funnier kind of scenario.
Oh, we're in the wrong game.
Yeah. Shit, guys, we're playing superheroes now. So they just immediately jump into it. That's gonna be awesome. There's no doubt in my mind that game
I did say it was a continuation of the first game.
Yeah.
So you should play the first game.
Yes, you should play the first game if you haven't. Definitely.
Should probably
It's
pick that up then.
Yeah,
It's wonderful.
It's really
From
good.
what I've seen, it was great.
It's really good. So after South Park, they brought out the most metal motherfucker in the world on the stage to talk
Really
about
like
their
that
new
guy.
night combat game called For Honor. Now this is some type of multiplayer battle game. I don't really know what else to compare it to.
It was the game that led to Tyler's confusion, the real Tyler, not the Adam Tyler.
Right.
That guy, I don't know if it was his beard or his hair or the staff that he had. And his
That
voice
dude was fucking metal, man.
His voice was like,
Get off the game developer.
I would be doing everybody a disservice by talking about this game because I was not paying attention at all. It was just, I wonder what that dude does in his spare time.
Oh yeah.
It was a running commentary.
An ardent knife collector, and check out my sick back tattoo, and I'm gonna cane whip some motherfucker backstage after this.
I bet she's got a knife hidden in that thing too.
But that game looked cool. It looked like kind of like a Dynasty Warriors thing, but with a little more it
It looked like chivalry.
It would pull out and focus on one-on-one combat in certain scenarios.
What was it we were comparing it to?
Like Kingdom Under Fire and things like that. Yeah. I think it looks kind of cool. I mean,
maybe not so quote unquote historically dialed in.
Right. Yeah, because you got knights and samurais and Vikings.
But still, that's the three most metal fucking things.
Shit,
in the world.
yeah, man.
Fighting.
It's who cares about all that? Let's
just put these awesome dudes in armors with swords against each other.
They need Amon Amarth just playing across that constantly. I would be I'm completely okay with this.
Oh yeah, man! Civil War DLC expansions. We'll see. That would be cool. Just take every type of cool historical military faction and just put them in this one big
this
war ass game. Yeah. I don't know. That game looked pretty neat to me actually.
It looks like chivalry. Still chivalry.
Yeah,
chivalry.
but mad violent. That game will have an M rating.
I want to know what the loadout. Anyway, sorry.
So moving on from that was a sick ass multiplayer demo for Rainbow Six Siege, which we're so close to that one. That game comes out in October, you guys. I can't wait to just.
As much as I rag on multiplayer games and stuff like that,
Rainbow Six.
I'm genuinely pumped about this one.
Yeah,
I can see teamwork being a big factor in this.
It's gotta be, man. It's absolutely gotta be. When was the last actual just
Rainbow Six game?
I mean, I know there's the Vegas games and stuff like that, but just regular ass, small scenario type Rainbow Six.
It's been a very long time.
It has. It really has. Go into this room with a group of guys and get fucking shit done. That game looked awesome, man.
The game is going to play so weird because I don't know. Like, I mean, you talking about the last time Rainbow Six came out like that? It was very much a you and a couple of dudes in the same room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I trust people on the internet enough to make this work in my favor.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, like, the tag unit jargon page of Wikipedia is going to get a shit ton of hits after this game comes out. Because, like, you're going to see a bunch of people just throwing around shit that they don't even understand what it means. But,
yeah.
And I'll be just as guilty.
That game's going to be complicated. For sure.
I don't think you can play with strangers online with that.
No, I would. I mean, you can. I wouldn't want to, for sure. Definitely
make
not.
the gameplay interesting.
Don't you have to in the game mode?
I would play with. I would play with like people on my friends list. Like I would play with people I know.
No, this is definitely team versus team. Like you would have your buddies and your
yeah.
You
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to link up with like randoms on my team though, unless I absolutely needed to. You know, I would prefer to only play something like that with friends.
Yeah, I agree.
But that it looks fucking awesome. It looks so awesome. I can't wait.
And you can Australian repel, so I was like,
yeah.
I don't know why that was like one of the things where I'm like, hey.
And the destructibility of the environments is another thing that caught me last year too when they showed it. Also, you know, that's awesome to me. You know, flank that guy. I can't. There's a wall there. Well, not anymore. You know, like
or hell, the one guy's just using that hole punched in the wall.
Yeah.
To like fucking scout who's coming up.
Yeah.
Like okay, we got 2 more coming up. You know, and then he flips back over to his to the lead point man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, that's great, dude.
It looks cool. It looks super cool. I'm really excited for it. Also, Tom Clancy repping fucking hard here this year was more stuff from The Division.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let Adam take it.
Yeah.
Seriously, like he had the coolest point on this one.
So they had it set up. It was like it was a co-op thing. It was co-op.
I mean, it looked like small team units.
Yeah.
2, 3,
It felt like,
maybe
you
4
know,
people.
But then, man, right at the last minute, dude, holy shit.
They showed me that game's potential as a masterpiece.
You asshole. Yeah, so I guess, I don't know if it was just something that it seems like at any point you can just go fucking turncoat on your team.
And I will.
And yeah,
What?
and steal their shit and kill them, and you seem amply rewarded for doing so too, which that's an awesome mechanic. That game.
It's important to note that the game doesn't seem to have a trade function.
Right.
Like if you're going to go all out, like I most assuredly will, because I have friends that listen to this, you guys are in the room with me, I will fuck your days up. If you're going to betray your friends, you have to be damn ready to commit to it. Because when you steal their shit, they're not getting it back.
That's what. Okay, but see, that's the thing is like if it's like Adam's in the lobby, I'm like, I'm not playing Division. I'm going to Siege. Hey, Adam, do you want to play Siege? No. I don't see it happening.
Oh,
I will mercilessly. People just like in the demo. I mean, clearly a staged multiplayer demo, but the way understand this whole took place in a very specific zone of the game called Darkness Zone. So I'm assuming that you have to be in these places where the bad things happen for all this to occur. I don't know if that's a game mode. I don't really know how the game is supposed to play. Like, is it open world where you just kind of go into these places? Like, you go into
I don't know. I can't really tell. I can't really tell.
So you go into it like there's they get extracted from the darkness.
I think it is open world, but like it isolates it into segments for objectives and things.
Raids and
So I mean, if the darkness zone is like, it feels like it's a scenario that you load into. Like you get your friends together, you get your group together. Like there's a lot of other people in there also. Is kind of how they were describing it. You load up the mission, and it takes you to a darkness zone, where there are other players doing the same thing you are, just trying to fight enemies and survive.
Right.
They made it seem like the enemies were AI, like you're not fighting other players, but you will.
You can. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like NPC guys out there also, like bots,
people that,
basically.
I guess in their little staged multiplayer thing,
Yeah.
it was very. They made it seem like they were helping, like they came across a group of people that were under fire by another group of people.
Yeah, and then they like teamed up and shit. Yeah.
I was impressed by that. I actually really liked that.
It's a cool mechanic.
It gives it like an edge.
Yeah.
That was the scenario that sold me on it. Was the fact that they got to the extraction point and they were all like, okay, let's not take down those elite enemies over there. Let's just go to the extraction point, take what we can get and go. And the other guy was all like, nah, we should kill those people we found. And they're all like, okay.
And then he was like,
guy was all like, I should kill my teammates too.
Yeah, but do they rep? Like, do they have the rep? Or are they tracking that?
oh, they've
Like,
got
if
to.
you
It's-
asshole a lot,
'Cause-
who wants to play with you, dude?
Yeah.
That is exactly why I don't think that they'll track it. Like, I don't think they'll.
If
because that's
not,
a fun little turn of event for you there.
the only way that I can see maybe circumventing that is if they incentivize the shit out of it, which means like it is very beneficial to do that. But they have to balance it. They have to give you good reasons to do it and good reasons not to do it. I think everybody is
I don't
going
think they're going to let you go full douche.
I think everybody's
Like the
gonna.
whole game.
It seems to me the ideal way to play that game is to be like totally like neutral. You know, not always be the dick, but you know, not always be the good guy either.
I mean, but that's the rule for any multiplayer game. Like, I feel like this.
Well, yeah, but most multiplayer games don't reward team killing either.
What I'm worried about is that because I know there are players that are going to be in this game that are just like me.
So it makes me wonder if like every fucking match in this game at the end is just gonna devolve into everybody just wildly shooting the shit out of each other at the
straight
end.
anarchy.
That's
Let's
what I was
say,
thinking.
because clearly they're trying to get loot. That was what they kept talking about. Like,
Yeah.
we love loot.
Yeah.
Let's get some loot. You're gonna get some loot. That means there's gonna be gear that you pick up, like guns, armor. It's gonna be your fucking loot. Like, you're gonna pick that shit up and equip it. Like, I don't want it to be so easy that every time I get something I want, somebody can just be like, "That's nice." Like, because I mean that can just easily happen to me as it can. To
It
other
is.
people.
I think that's like kind of one of the cool things about it. That's why you need to have people on your team who you think you can trust, who are going to have your back in those situations and let you get away with your shit. That is a huge, cool mechanic in that game that I hope is persistent the whole
leads to an
time.
interesting social dynamic.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like you're going to have people that are sitting out there going, no, you don't want to do a raid with this guy. You don't want to do a raid with this guy. You don't want to hit the darkness with this guy because, you know, he flipped on our team or I heard he has a bad
yeah,
rep.
but the guy that could be talking shit on
So
the dude
maybe-
could very well also be just as bad. You know?
So maybe
Right.
like I get what you're saying. Don't have like a numerical value,
yeah.
but just have like an ambiguous like.
I don't know.
To
It's
try to
Like a
get the
percentage,
trust.
like
Yeah.
you got about a 50% chance that this guy's gonna fuck your day up, you know?
I don't know.
Well, leaving it with the ambiguity between players, like, okay, guys, I think we should let this guy in.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I don't know. And now you have that whole
Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah,
shooting the twins. Not him, I'm evil.
the,
You know,
the social dynamics that are going to come from that game are going to
I hope
be
they make it
fantastic.
completely mysterious, and I hope it becomes handled so well that it just flat out becomes word of mouth notoriety.
Or I just found an interesting use for the watchdog mechanic because
You-
it sure was in the game. Anyway,
Man, fucking Watch Dogs. All right. So
So,
after an extensive, like, super awesome look at the Division, we
both
got
Clancy's look solid.
both Clancy's so far.
Right.
We're getting it.
We got
Wink, wink.
they announced expansions for the Crew and Trials Fusion, which have
Monster truck.
monster trucks and laser unicorns and cats, and I'll leave it up to the rest of you to
trailer.
choose and decide which game that stuff belongs to.
Did
It's
they
not what
mention
you
something
think.
about Trackmania?
I that's on the list. I got
Okay,
that. I got
okay.
that here.
I thought we were lumping everything wheel
Which that game looked
together.
really cool.
After that, they had they brought out Prince XL to talk about
They brought out Jason Derulo,
Big Prince
Big Prince.
to talk about Just Dance 2016. Well, he didn't talk about it. He got up there and
He sang his smash hit single that probably isn't in Just Dance 2016.
God.
So yeah, they had some singing guy up there. I'm not hip. I'm not hip with the music that all the kids are into these days. So I don't know anything about that shit. But the big takeaway that I took from
the reference you're making is Prince. That shows you haven't listened to radio since like what, 89?
And I feel like
90?
I'm doing just fine. So the thing that I took away from the Just Dance demo was the fact that they're rolling out a subscription service for the Wii U, Xbox One, and PS4 that comes with Just Dance 2016 that gives you access to every song that they've ever had through the franchise just as a subscription. Like, I don't know, they didn't talk pricing or anything like that, so I'm...
Well, that's good, because I can crush it on Surfing Bird. Just heads up, everybody.
It is the Netflix of pop locking and dropping it.
But no, that's cool, because people have been wanting a subscription service to games like this for a really long time. There was always talk about it, like people wanted it really bad in Guitar Hero and Rock Band and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They've done it. They did it with a karaoke game on the Xbox 360. I remember meeting that with a certain amount of success. It was a really good idea, but man, I would subscribe to Rock Band or Guitar Hero to have those full catalogs of things available. Now, I understand that like
Instead you get
being able to just, import a song with dance moves is a lot less work than laying out note tracks and stuff for all these songs in Guitar Hero. Therefore, they have to sell them the way that they do. A subscription service might hurt them financially, but man, it would be really cool. I would pay just to like buy time. Here's $10 for like 3 hours of time on Guitar Hero with all of their songs.
No, that would be a good way to market
something
that.
like that would be a good kind of model for it. But to see that Just Dance is the first one to roll this out, which if what that guy said was true, I would assume he's not up there lying, is the biggest music franchise, most successful in the history of games. But that's because they have a yearly version and they're still putting their game out on the Wii, the original Wii.
Yeah. Again,
fucking
I
crazy.
Crush it on Surfing Bird.
I just think that's crazy.
People
There's
like dancing.
documented YouTube.
There's a good chance that's a game that's going to be in my home by next year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess so. With a lady around, ladies like to dance.
A lady with a college degree in dancing.
Yeah.
We're never going to win.
Didn't they mention something about like you didn't have to have a Kinect or anything like
Oh yeah. It doesn't require the camera anymore to play this stuff. It never did on the original Wii, but they're using for the PlayStation version and the Xbox One version, you can just use your phone.
Which that's kind of
as the thing that for like the motion tracking and stuff. I guess I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, it's weird. They glossed over it real quick.
Yeah, so much so that I fucking missed it.
Yeah, they real quick. They just made a real quick mention of how that stuff works. I don't know. I kind of I don't
selfie cam on my
TV
dancing.
it's weird how interested I am by this because it's a fucking dancing game. Like I don't care, but the things that they're doing with it are like really fascinating to me.
They're genuinely fun. It helps have tons of other people around.
Yeah, it's definitely like a crowd gatherer.
Yeah,
it always has
like,
been.
I'm not gonna...
No. But I mean, it's not. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't play that game alone in my room.
That's kind of
well,
awkward,
I don't know.
That's the only
Private Dancer, Tina Turner.
I'm doing something different if I'm alone in my room dancing. That's not.
To Tina Turner.
Yeah. It was so moving on, they had a long like CG trailer set. No, you know what? There was in-game assets from that. I don't know how much of it was that when they were showing for Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Now that I think about it, it was mostly CG, but some of that stuff was rendered in-game when they were showing like the carriage jacking and things like that. That was
yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, where
man,
PETA is gonna lose his shit.
I thought that entire thing.
Yeah, the horses falling off the bridges.
Brutally.
So I don't know. There's not too much to say about Assassin's Creed. Not just this one, just the series in general. What is this like? This is like Assassin's Creed like 14. How many fucking games in this series are there now? Well, you got 1, 2, 3.
It's 8 now.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. I mean, not including all the spin-offs and whatnot. This has become
7. I think it's 8.
This is Ubisoft's flagship franchise. You know, this is their annual thing. They
See,
put
the last good one I played was 2.
2, yeah.
And watching this one,
I'm actually pretty interested
yeah,
in this one.
they-
But I said that about the one last year too, Assassin's Creed Unity, and then I'm glad I decided to hold back on that one because that turned out to be just a shit show, you know. Hopefully they learned something from that. See, that's the problem with making Assassin's Creed an annual franchise, is they don't have enough time to correct the problems from the last game. They can correct the problems from the game before the last game every time.
yeah,
It's just it needs to do.
it does need to slow down.
It needs to slow down, definitely. You want to talk about fucking oversaturation, man. I mean, there's too many Assassin's Creed games. There's too damn many.
Did you just use oversaturation against me?
Yes, I did.
There's a lot more Star Wars in a lot more shorter period of time.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
know,
comic books. Anyway,
I don't have too much to
no,
say.
like I said, it wasn't. To me, it looks neat.
It does look, but like
It
they
looks
kind of
really
all
neat.
do,
Like,
though.
I mean,
Yeah, Black Flag look neat.
Assassin's Creed or Steampunk Assassin's Creed or Guy Ritchie whatever I jokingly call it.
Yeah, so
It still looks
I think
interesting enough that I'll probably end up playing.
I think
this
that the thing that I'm kind of most interested in is this is like their first step of like Assassin's Creed taking place in like a modern timeline, like moving closer and closer and closer. I'm holding out until like super sci-fi like Blade Runner-esque Assassin's Creed, which I don't even say that jokingly. It'll probably eventually get there. You know?
and that's
like,
probably when I'll probably jump on board.
yeah,
'cause
30
that
games in. I have no idea what's going on, but ooh, hover cars.
Yes, exactly.
We've ran out of history. Do we have to make our own?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's like the kind of inevitable sort of curve for that franchise, you know?
Yeah,
Fucking,
but every time I pick one up, it's like I don't know. You don't lose anything in the story. You really don't. As far as like, I
yeah.
skipped the first one. I immediately knew what was going on in the second one.
Yeah.
Played Brotherhood. I walked past Revelations.
I mean, Black
I
Flag.
saw a
Black Flag
commercial
was
for, like,
Black
3.
Flag was the really weird one because that game, the story in that one was about you work for the company that makes Assassin's Creed games. Like,
Yeah.
that was the
yeah.
setup for that, and you like go into the Animus to gather historical data to make a better Assassin's Creed game, which apparently they didn't listen to because the one that came right after fucking sucked.
Right.
So that's Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and then they had that Anno 2205.
Oh.
The weird like Moon Sim City looking
The
thing.
God game, yeah.
So this is a long running franchise for Ubisoft. Apparently, I have never fucking heard of it. I have no idea, and I don't even know exactly how long. I know this is
over there in
this is not the first one that they've ever made. Apparently,
No, apparently there's been like 2,204 others. But
I mean, like, what I don't understand is why is this
Smart ass.
like now becoming something like being pushed up top? Like, this is the first time I've ever heard
because
of
the
it, but
last
I'm so
Sim
confused.
City game was a shit show.
So they're trying to make up for that.
also, did you watch the Xbox show? Did you see that HoloLens thing? Yeah, there's different, like,
Okay.
not just that, but I love good God games, man.
Yeah, man.
I'll sit there.
I lost years off my life playing like Civilization and
Oh, Civ.
So this was supposed to be like SimCity in space, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's-
Like,
I
I was
mean-
still kind of confused after I watched. I was like,
Right.
No, you start off here,
go to the moon.
build up, yeah, and then, like, once you hit a certain area, you...
Yeah, so what in like Civilization and things like that, going to the moon was like the end
goal,
game, right?
yeah.
This is like go to the moon and do moon shit now. That sounds cool.
So, because Civilization, you had Sid Meier's Civilization, all here, go to space. And then they had Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, and you played in that. Well, Anno just said, let's put it all in one fucking game.
Yeah. No, it sounds cool. It sounds cool.
oh,
Yeah.
make sure that the space tornadoes don't hit the city.
Space Godzilla. Oh, please put Space Godzilla in that.
Well, I'm not sure if it's Space Godzilla.
Why not?
Ben Affleck stopping an asteroid, I'll go for that. Like, I'll shoot for I'll go for that one.
All right, that's
What about
fair.
the space ducks?
All right, enough. This is not SimCity. After that, they had a demo of Trackmania Turbo,
Alright.
which looked rad as shit. Trackmania, long-running thing, like so many games in that series, actually. So Trackmania Turbo was actually a 3DS game that came out a few years back. And this one is basically it's like a remake / expanded version of that, and it looked awesome. Real life Hot Wheels, you guys. Like,
neatest element was the randomizing the stage.
yeah,
Yes.
that's how those games go though. It's always been like build your track, try to drive it no matter how crazy it is.
Oh, this from what I understand, this one is like that's you could pick like an island. And I want to go race over the ocean.
Yeah,
and
they had
generate it each time. So
they had a real
changes
quick.
each
Oh, you're
time.
talking about like just the random generator, not just like okay. No, it looked cool.
Well, I'm kind of curious if people are going to make maps and then like submit it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they
That's-
had that. I didn't know if I missed
Yeah,
that.
no,
part, or-
that's like the big like kind of pillar of Trackmania is like sharing your tracks.
Well,
that makes it even
Yeah,
so much
so
better.
there's other games in that franchise like that aren't just driving. They've also got like Questmania and Shootmania. Shootmania is Trackmania but with a first-person shooter, and Questmania is the same thing but like an RPG. Neither one of those really did that well. I don't even think Questmania actually ever even came out, and Shootmania didn't get out of like beta or something like that. But it's been like it's been a cool franchise. It's been real interesting. There's actually, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and plug some other guys if you hear, but Giant Bomb has done like extensive, like hilarious coverage of Trackmania over the years. They talk about it on a lot of their podcasts around the time that those games were coming out and stuff, and it's where I found out about it and kind of looked into it and thought it was really interesting. And on YouTube, there's all kinds of crazy ass stunt videos and neat things to do with Trackmania. It's a cool thing, and I'm glad that it's like coming to like a more viable console than than the 3DS. You know, more people need exposure to it to see just how fucking fun it is. It's neat.
and sometimes that's the games they don't make anymore.
Yeah,
Just
right.
genuinely fun games.
Just fun things to do. Yeah.
Well, see, it felt like an arcade racer, sort of. Well, I don't want to throw this out there like that because people might get the wrong impression, but it felt like a Ridge Racer, but it was like a Formula One car, and it was just
So,
different. But it was-
Trackmania is not about racing.
right?
Trackmania is
About bonkers racetrack.
it's like it's a lot like how like the Trials games are. Trackmania has more in common with like an endless runner than it does like a racing game.
Okay.
So it's super fun.
I still want to get it.
Yeah, oh totally.
Yeah.
That's I based off of like your sensibilities and like the kind of just how you like driving games and stuff like that. That's like totally right up your alley. But last thing here for Ubisoft, they closed out with
Holy shit.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, which the whole time we're sitting here watching this trailer, we're like, what the fuck is this? Because
I'm going through the entire. Like, God, I forgot about Ghost Recon.
right, yeah.
When was the last one?
I want to say it was the Advanced Warfighter from like a handful of years back.
Back at the fucking launch?
When did Advanced Warfighter come out?
That was.
Well, there were.
Yeah, that was my.
Yeah, well, there were the two. Yeah, there's the two Graw games. No, then Future Soldier was the last one. That was like 2011, I think, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. This looks. I never would have guessed it was a Ghost Recon game until they put up the title.
None of this.
No, I mean,
We were standing there watching it
the
going,
names that we were dropping, like, what is this? Fucking, is this like, did they get Smuggler's Run from Take-Two? Like, what happened? What is this? What is this? We thought it was like, did they get Mercenaries from EA? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is this game? Because it looks like it's incorporating all that stuff with the going after the drug lord and, you know, choosing your targets out on the map and,
Ran
man.
out of video games and started dragging in other media.
Yeah, but man, that looks like a mature ass rated game too, man. But it
Look, completely fun.
yeah, it looks awesome.
I
It looks
mean-
awesome to be the debut of it and to show like that much like in-game stuff, which Ubisoft kind of has a habit of doing that. Like they did that a couple years ago, like with like Watch Dogs and stuff. The debut for Watch Dogs, say what you will about the final product, was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
I was on board.
Yeah, a lot of people were. That game sold a bunch of copies, and then everybody at one time went,
Got a
"Aw."
bunch of mad.
Yeah, man, what a fucking
But like
shame
with Ghost,
that was, though.
this
but-
one, 2 key words. Again, open world, I'm sold.
Yeah, I can't
And
wait.
complete sandbox on how I can fuck up a mission.
Yeah, janky
Can't wait.
AI for the win, man. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that.
I'm glad I'm not the only one on that.
Yeah. It looks really cool. It looks incredibly violent, which seems like kind of an odd direction for that series.
And everything you got to do is got to stop that white hat. So, is it the guy who's evil or the hat that's evil?
It's Burt Reynolds, right?
It was the white hat. They
I missed it.
referring to specifically
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds. But yeah, they that's what they closed out with, and it looks really cool. I'm excited for it. I can't wait for some more information about that to come out.
Like that one.
Definitely, yeah.
Just another Tom Clancy game where I can't betray you guys.
All the more reason to add it to my library.
Right. So yeah, no. Overall, though, yeah, Ubisoft brought it. I thought it was cool. They had a lot of good stuff there. I didn't really turn my nose up at really anything that they showed. I mean, even the Just Dance stuff, it's still like pretty interesting and innovative what they're doing with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, my big takeaway from that is the South Park sequel. Like, obviously, that's just too cool that's happening. I can't wait. Hopefully, it doesn't take 10 years to make like the last one did.
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, it wasn't even making the game that turned them off to it last time. It was just specifically all the hoops they had to fucking...
Yeah, just all the behind-the-scenes drama that went with, their publisher closing down, and then... It was a mess. That game had so many delays. I hope that doesn't happen again, though, because it seems like once Ubisoft picked up Stick of Truth, they started hammering it out, and they got it done, real quick.
And Ubisoft isn't suffering the same way.
That'll be a solid point for the game.
They're not on the brink as thick.
Yeah, so, right. I mean, but I do say that, having this been, what is this, like the third E3 in a row where they've shown the Division, and then every time they delay it, it gets delayed a full year.
Which means I can wait another year before Adamir starts stabbing me in the fucking back. Start shivving me for all my loot, man. That's fine by me.
So,
let's hold off on that.
On that note, that was Ubisoft E3 2015. I got nothing else. Toasty Robot out.